Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, you'd all be aware of my support for Steve Hofmeyr and his action in destroying his DSTV decoder, that racist little channel called Multichoice, run by a black fellow who is well connected with the ANC, and clearly they're trying to censor dissenting voices. And that is not called freedom of speech. But you've got assholes like this, what's his name? Very forgettable. Kevin Ritchie, who wrote an article this weekend. And it reads, "The race is on and one lucky disaffected DSTV subscriber could win 10,000 Rand by the 1st of next month if they find the most innovative way to destroy their decoder. Film it and send the evidence to Steve Hofmeyr." The Afrikaans singer is exercised by his growing alienation, most recently from the Guma Music Awards and our Multichoice's announcement that it won't air any of his content involving him. In response, Hofmeyr filmed himself phoning Multichoice to cancel his subscription, saying Multichoice is a racist, state-captured friends with the Guptas and just boycotted an artist, Steve Hofmeyr. He then took his decoder outside and drove over it with his bakkie, crushing it. Then he went to his roof and dismantled the satellite dish before throwing it to the ground. Then he challenged his followers to do the same. The results have been impressively predictable on the Darwin Award front. People shooting their decoders, setting fire to them on the braai or taking hammers to them and the dish. The underlying narrative is that Multichoice's decision is the latest in a vindictive anti-Afrikaans vendetta, all white, anti-white and racist, which is exactly what it is. You've got this black goon running Multichoice who is just totally out of control. But this Richie fella, this asshole, says it's nonsense. It's also insulting. Not all Afrikaners are like Hofmeyr any more than all black South Africans are like Julius Malema. Not all Afrikaans speakers are white either. Most of them haven't been since 2011. Multichoice made a choice, as did a bunch of other companies which have been sponsoring Afrikaans cultural events. Hofmeyr was heading to distance themselves from him. No one has stopped Hofmeyr from spouting the views he does, even though they're egregiously awful, because he has that right, ironically, under the new South African Constitution to express himself. In turn, they have every right to distance themselves, and it has nothing to do with the language or culture. It has everything to do with getting as far away as possible from someone. Now, this is how friggin' crazy this reporter is. It has everything to do with getting as far away as possible from someone who sounds more and more like a cross between Hendrik Verwoerd and Eugene Terblanche. That is just absolutely off the scale. You know, that's what they call labeling. In the media, they're very, very good at this. They label someone, and as soon as you've been labeled, all the other media come along and say, oh, the controversial so-and-so who's been called a cross between Hendrik Verwoerd and Eugene Terblanche. And that's where the mud sticks. This is how the media work. Believe me, I know. I've been a target in the past. The most fascinating question is how it all ended up here. Hofmeyr, despite the derision, his youthful priapism earned him as he picked up paternity suits in the Platteland, remains a gifted singer, actor, author, writer, and poet. You notice how they got to bring in the personal side of things? He used to be the only South African who could go toe-to-toe with the international acts when impresarios were looking to sell out the Sun City Super Bowl with fans. His politics, enlightened if not exactly liberal during apartheid, morphed from committed conservative about 12 years ago to far right of AfriForum very quickly. These days he's tantamount to an apartheid denialist, and a particularly boorish one at that. Now, the reality is that Steve Hofmeyr, as a true patriot in South Africa, has recognized how this country has been ruined by the ANC government. You know, you don't have to be a friggin' rocket science to understand that. And because he is taking a stand, and he has the guts and the fortitude to do that, you get these little Mickey Mouse reporters coming out with articles like this. It's just absolutely crazy. Anyway, continue with this Richie's crappy little article. It seems almost otherworldly to remember how he reached out to former President Jacob Zuma in 2007, bringing him a bag of biltong and then inviting him to a braai. Our black leaders don't know how little they have to do to get us 100% behind them, he told Beeld in March 2007. As they say in Afrikaans, en kyk hoe lyk ons nou. Yeah, which means, and look how we look now. Spare a thought for the die-hard dish destroyers, though. How on earth do you think they're going to watch the World Cup now this year, either of them? Well, it's quite simple, Mr. Ritchie. There's a thing called the internet, and everything is streamed live on the internet. That's important. Why do you need cucknet? Yeah, I said cuck. You know what cuck is? It's crap. Why do you need crapnet to have a link to watch something live? You don't. Those days are gone, buddy boy. I know you're an old fart like me, but you better start getting your head around modern technology, okay? All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. And don't forget to click the bell, little black line on each side, so that you get all my updates. And have a great day. And final thing I want to say is go Steve. And for those of you who want to find out about the DDDD challenge or DDD challenge, go and look at my old videos and you'll see where I talk about DSTV, and you'll see a whole lot of ways that the DSTVs have been destroyed. And the most recent one was it was blown up. And the actual decoder had an amazing takeoff. Yeah, quite exciting. Anyway, have a look at the old videos and you'll see. Cheers, guys. Take care and have a great day.